For the third straight year, Tennessee ends the regular season in Houston. Get ready for an AFC South showdown at NRG Stadium. Next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they're hot as can be. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development. But he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts. And one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tannehill over the middle here to Brown. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On second down now, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over for the 1st and 10. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their rookie signal caller from Stanford. It's Davis Mills.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jeffrey Simmons. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. 3rd and long for Mills. He's going to wind up and air it out. And all that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Now Tannehill. This pass complete to Reynolds. Touchdown, Titans. Josh Reynolds, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's Taylor. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. To throw, Mills. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills?
Oh,
pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return, it's Taylor. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And now out comes Houston. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give right side. Mitchell. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Looking to throw is Mills. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And here's Joseph Charlton now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. An update, meanwhile, from over in Jacksonville. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year. And we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Play action. It's Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football.
Yeah, baby. Boom. Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. This is caught by Evans. Touchdown, Titans.
Darrington Evans.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
On the return, it's Taylor.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Mills from the gun on third down. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Here's Mills. Throw left side, taken in by Rodgers.
The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
Third and goal, Mills.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Amari Rodgers.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans get a bit closer.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are...
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do.
He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all, because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. On first down, Tannehill. Left side completion to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. second quarter now. Titans in possession of the football. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So a win here in Houston will give them the season sweep.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
From the 27,
Mills. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Tennessee offense set to go again. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Tannehill.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taylor now returning it. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the...
Mills can't get away, and down he goes.
Danico Autry. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Throwing, Mills.
He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Here's Tannehill. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Peyton Turner gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
And as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run.
Mills throw there, complete to Rodgers. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
A 1st down throw for Mills. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Danico Autry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. McPherson's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, so everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
First down, Mills. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Mills. That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call. On 1st and 10, Mills.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Kyle Pitts,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by McPherson, helping good.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Complete. It's Henry. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds.
Well, he can certainly be a big asset in this passing game. He proves it right there. He makes the catch out of the backfield, and then off he goes.
Yeah, and we've seen a few moments like this in the first half already from this defense. You know you're going to give up some catches, but it's what they do after the catch that's really been hurting them. And it does again right there.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Tannehill. Looking sideline, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This pass complete to Reynolds. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Final play of the half, Mills. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll kick things off with an AFC South matchup. Indianapolis traveling to Jacksonville. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. Next, we'll stay right here in the Sunshine State. Head down to Tampa, check on the Bucks. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail the visiting Cowboys at halftime. Ezekiel Elliott has run for a touchdown there. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mills on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills got this complete to the tight end Pitts. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Mitchell. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. On first down, Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 83 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. Tannehill. Looking in zone for Jones. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Point after try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Houston set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell.
Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Second and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. Trying to fit it in the middle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Henry again on second down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And even 100 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now Tannehill. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
Go home, boy.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Now it's Tannehill. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Throwing again on second and 10. Tannehill. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go.
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Danico Autry able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback. I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. That brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now a handoff to Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, it's Henry. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. Williams loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 137 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
They run with Henry on 1st down, but nothing much materializing as he'll get forward only for about a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
On first down, Tannehill. Jones has it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where that came from.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down now, it's Henry, and he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 33. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They're going to run this with a tight end. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Tannehill. And right side, Henry's got it. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return, it's Taylor. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Mills now He's airing it out for Williams. He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Seth Williams, 83 yards. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Tannehill now to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Derrick Henry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2nd and 2. A toss left. Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. To throw, Mills. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Again, it's Mills. Right back to Pitts again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
First down, Mills. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. Trucks over him, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now left side on the swing pass. That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. It's caught on the right side. Williams. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Mills throw complete there to Moore. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Mills to throw it. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 9 yards that time. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Mills. This is caught. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Amari Rodgers with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points.